Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Sunday, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today on the channel, everybody, I want to show you my small vintage collection of Masters of the Universe figures. We'll take a look at the figures themselves. We'll, of course, compare them to their Origins counterparts, if I have them loose in my collection. All right, and of course, cringe alerts. Some of these figures are not in the best of shape, but they're still absolutely amazing, you know, in my eyes and my heart. Some are missing, of course, limbs. I have a headless, figure. Some are missing arms, chewed up arms, but, you know, in my mind, in my heart, these are absolutely amazing. They bring back that vintage nostalgia of the Master Universe line for me. And of course, at the end of the video, I will show you my GraySkull that I am rebuilding right now as of filming this. I'm missing some parts, but it's absolutely incredible. Of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope you will hit that like button, and thank you so much for doing that. Hit that notification bell when you know I'll upload new videos, and please share this video who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at my vintage heroes today. Okay, and starting off, of course, we have I just got this battle armor. I just got this battle cat here. At the same time, I got my GraySkull. But I've got, of course, Battle Armored He-Man with the vintage Battle Cat right there. Very, very cool. I mean, look at that. What an awesome, awesome character right here. Alright, of course, I will put, you know, because for the most part, the video is mostly about the vintage line. But I will show you, at least, my Battlefield Warriors variant right there of Battle Armor He-Man with Battle Cat next to his vintage version. And so for the most part, everybody, my vintage collection, I'm not going to have to hold in my hands because they're not going to stand up. Like I said, they're not the best of shape of my vintage collection, or my vintage collection. But there you go. All right. Move right along here. Get these guys out of the way here. Alright, here is my vintage version of Man-at-Arms right there. You know, he's got some loose limbs, right? But what, I mean, amazing. Of course, some of the armor for some of these vintage figures are right out of Origins, okay? Like this right here and his little bracelet right here. I am missing his shoulder pad right here, but and the club is Origins, all right? And of course, here is his Origins version right there next to the vintage look. He's standing up probably. Oh, I can or not. Oh, probably not. But also very, very cool. All right. And let me know in the comments below, you know, I mean, did you start collecting when the 80s line? Have you been collecting for over 40 years of this amazing product? Maybe the New Adventures of He-Man, Princess of Power, Classic, Super 7, maybe Origins, maybe Masterverse. So when was your first collection? When did you start collecting Masters of the Universe figures? All right, moving on. Get here. Of course, here's my vintage Teela. There she is. Absolutely amazing. I think I could stand her up, I think. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Hang on. No, I'll just hold on to her. Just to be safe. Of course, her Origins counterpart next to her. Oops, I dropped her shield, but that's okay. That's alright. You can see the different styles and looks and the face sculpts right there. But still absolutely amazing. Very, very cool. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Now, I do have, I believe this is Stone Dar. Not Rock On. So that's why I'm not going to have Rock On compared to him. Hopefully, in some future, we will get an Origins version of Stone Dar in the collection. But there's old Stone Dar. I think I can stand him up. Alright, get the camera down a little bit here. But there you go. There's my vintage Stone Dar. I'm looking forward, like I said, to getting his Origins version. And I'm also curious about the Masters versions. If we'll get Stone Dog, Rock On, and the other Rock On Meteorite figures. All right. Now my next figure I just got as well, along with Battle Cat and Castle GraySkull, and this is my vintage King Randar right here. He's got the soft good cape right here. Not in the best of shape, but still great. They all have that same wonky legs because of the tubing that the Master figures had back in the 80s. Is drying out and wearing out, but I mean, still, what a great looking version of King Randar. Very, very cool, and all of them have that same that tack feature right there, the spring-loaded attack. All right. Of course, here's his Origins version that I have. Now, the armor for this version of King Randar is actually Jitsu's armor. I love more of the gold on the figure, so I switched out the armor for Jitsu's armor, but still very cool, amazing. Vintage looks awesome as well. All right. Here we go. All right, next we have, of course, is my vintage Roboto. There he is. Very, very cool. As he does when he does that scene, you actually call out right there. And of course, the weapon is part of the Origins line. I did put, I believe, the gun on him. All right. One thing I love about Origins and the vintage line is that you can change out the weapons or use their Origins weapons and armor on your vintage collection if you need to. All right. Of course, the back of him does have the more of the gears and stuff like that compared to his Origins look right there. Now I think about it, if you can see the different styles of weapons, this one has a much darker tone, so maybe this one... It's been a minute since I bought this version of Roboto in my collection, my vintage collection, so this might be the actual blaster that came with him. But as you can see, they're standing next to each other, the Origins version next to his retail look, his vintage look from the 80s, all right? As you can see also that the Origins version does not have the more gears on the back of him, but still very, very cool. All right. Next, we want to look at Orko. All right, and here's old Orko here, my vintage version of Orko here. All right, now of course this version of Orko had, of course, it's damaged right here. It had little wheels that be right here, and a little pull string that you pull it, and you would just glide around the room, on the on the table or the surface of the floor where we wish to. But very, very cool. Of course, his Origins counterpart right there with the flight stand. You can see the different styles and looks of Orko, and how far he's come. And all the figures, basically, in a way. All right. Now, this next version, my next figure, is Stratos. Now, when I got this version of Stratos, basically all these figures, what you're seeing here, and my play sets, my vintage play sets, a local collector sold it to the toy store in my local area. So, and I just had to, I love it. I loved it so much that I, of course, had to buy them as much as I can. And some were missing parts. And, of course, this Stratos was missing an arm, but I didn't care. I mean, I love it. I mean, like I said, it brings back good memories of, the 80s nostalgia for me. So there was a figure in his collection that was really badly damaged, but his arms were in good shape. And so I used the right arm for Stratos for now. Maybe I can get online, maybe find a Stratos or pieces of Stratos that a seller might be selling, and I might be able to find a proper arm for him. But for now, it works for me. Okay. Also, the armor or the jetpack and the wings are part of the mini comic book version of the Origins version of Stratos. So like I said, it works perfectly. The Origins figures, weapons, and armor work beautifully with the vintage line. All right, of course, I do have the Origins variant right there of Stratos. I mean, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Moving on along. I just picked this guy up not too long ago. Is my vintage version of Zodak. As you can see, the hand's pretty chewed up, but you know that's okay for me. You know, it's all about it's about displaying it, bringing back great memories of this amazing line. Okay, and I'm sure that a lot of you who collect this line are kind of cringing right now, but I do apologize for that. But you know, it's awesome. You know, to have a vintage back in my in my collection. All right. Of course, I do have his Origins variant. And of course, I had to put the $1 armor on him. I'm making in my loose collection. I have him as a bad guy somewhat, but I love it right there. But very, very cool. And he's one of the better ones. His legs are not that loose. The only problem is, of course, is the hand. He's got a little chewed up. But still, you can see he has that great tack feature that I wish somehow the Origins line can bring back to us. I love it. Absolutely love it. Look at that. Cool. Back of him right there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. And we're getting down to the last two figures. This one right here, I've shown before. A lot of these figures I've shown before on my channel. But, of course, I do have vintage Prince Adam right here. And of course, I have his variant or his Origins version right there. Of course, I am missing the soft good jacket for the vintage version of Prince Adam. But still, I think it's an awesome character. Very cool. All right. And my final figure here. I do apologize for this, but I do have a Fisto that is missing a head. But here he is, my headless Fisto here. Maybe I'm down the road at some point I can get online and maybe a seller is selling a vintage Fisto, a damaged one maybe, and I can probably find a head for it. But it works great. I mean, it's one of my better figures, I think. It's got the actually call out. The arm works perfectly right there. I couldn't throw this away. I couldn't pass it up. I mean, there's a way for me to find a vintage head or somehow figure it out to, bring back Fisto to life for the vintage line. Of course, there is his Origins version right there with the head. And for fun, if you want to pop the head off and if you want to kind of pretend, there you go. So there is the head sculpt from the Origins version of Fisto right there on. So there you go. I don't know, maybe I'll just, buy another, Origins version of Fisto. And just, unfortunately, I can't, the only thing I can do, which I don't want to do, and I do it, is maybe glue the head on, but it won't move around, but it just will stay put, probably. I don't know. I still want to try to find a vintage Fisto, head, or just a new body, or a complete, of course, Fisto. All right. But one thing, all right, for the, but unfortunately, the Origins version does not have that, action, as we know, doesn't have that action feature that the vintage line had, which was so cool, was the tack feature with these amazing figures, And that's something that I really wish that Origins will, I mean, I guess you can't do it now, but man, I really would have loved to see the action call out for some of these great figures here. All right. And now, of course, I'm going to show you my vintage GraySkull. Like I said, it's still a work in progress, guys. All right. So hang on. All right. All All right, everybody, here's my vintage GraySkull. Like I said, when I first got this GraySkull, and I turned it around since one of my videos I did, because GraySkull, all its features are in the back of GraySkull, and same thing with Snake Mountain. It's the total opposite, where all its features are basically in the front. So when I got this GraySkull, everybody, it was basically just a shell. Okay, it had a couple pieces of code. It had the flooring on it. And a couple other things, but that was it. Okay. So I've been purchasing the parts here and there to rebuild this GraySkull. I got a new, of course, vintage. Let me see if I turn my light on. I'm gonna help out a little bit. No. I got a brand new, working somewhat elevator. Okay, and I did find the gargoyle for it. I am missing some cardboard pieces for it, but I have a few right there. As you can see, my drawbridge is it's damaged and it's not fully complete. So I'm on the look for a brand new drawbridge. I got the ladder as well. Okay, the trap door or floor is not complete. It does break. All right, I don't have the locking mechanism for it, but I just ordered one online. One of the sellers did give me a great deal on it, and I purchased it, and it's on its way. Okay, the weapons rack is not fully complete as well, and you can see it's somewhat damaged, but that's fine. I can get online and hopefully find one at a good price. And so I don't have the base for the training device right there. I am, of course, missing the robot. It goes right here. It's a little bit dusty. You can see it's kind of marked up right there. I did get the flag. The flag did come with GraySkull. All right, and of course I just bought me a vintage turret gun right there. And of course the chair is here, but it's not it's broken basically. You see it's cracked right there, and the part that goes into the slot right here to allow it to activate the trap floor is broken off, but I did buy a new one, and it's coming very, very soon. Of course, I got a couple other figures here. I got Trap Jaw and my vintage Skeletor here, but I absolutely love it. Got the, of course, the stickers. I mean, amazing. I mean, brings back great memories as a kid in the 80s watching He-Man and playing with the figures. I mean, awesome, awesome, awesome. And I cannot wait to hopefully fully complete this GraySkull to add, to my collection. I mean, I love it. I mean, it's all about nostalgia for me. It's displaying these figures around GraySkull and Snake Mountain. Of course, there's my Snake Mountain right there with some of my bad guys. Little sneak peek right there. But what an awesome, awesome playset here. Of course, Origins version, is just as awesome too. All right. But there you go, guys. There's a look at my vintage hero collection with GraySkull. Like I said, I am still, working to complete my GraySkull, and I'm absolutely loving it. Bringing back, like I said, great memories as a kid, playing with this amazing playset, rebuilding it the best I can. Like I say, it's all about nostalgia. It's really not about function, but it's just having it in my collection. Like I said, brings back great memories as a kid in the 80s. Having a lot of fun doing so. All right. But once I do hopefully get this fully complete, I will come back and give you an update with this with GraySkull. All right. I think the next thing on my list to do, I did get the locking mechanism for the bottom of the flooring here for him for the GraySkull. Got the new chair coming. Of course, I need to find the base. Of course, for the training device, I'm probably going to get a brand new weapons rack. But I still like this weapons rack here. I mean, I don't know. Of course, I need to find the robot in here. Of course, the vintage robot to go with, and I believe there's a console cutout as well to put up here with that up here on this floor right here, I believe. But other than that, I think I'm complete. I'm complete. If you let me know in the comments below if I'm missing anything else for my vintage GraySkull, let me know. That way, of course, I need a brand new yes, a brand new drawbridge. All right, it does work for right now. I mean, I like to have my playsets, GraySkull's wide open. But I will definitely need to get a brand new drawbridge for my collection, for my vintage GraySkull. But if there's anything else I'm missing as far as items for my GraySkull, let me know, and I would really appreciate that very, very much. All right. All right, guys, I'd like to take the time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. It's been a lot of fun going back to memory lane. All right, I hope you weren't too. I hope my figures were too, not too cringeworthy. All right. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So of course, don't forget to hit that notification bell when you upload new videos. And tomorrow we'll look at my bad guy or villain vintage collection and Snake Mountain. And like GraySkull, I'm not, I'm going to show you my Snake Mountain stationary, basically. I'm not going to move it around and stuff like that. It's very fragile. But we're going to have a lot of fun. Show you all of my vintage villains in my collection. Hopefully, if I do have a loose Origins figure for the counterpart, I will show you guys, of course. All right. So I hope you guys have a great Sunday. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care. And have a good one, everybody.